Hi guys, Big Monday here, and let's talk about the patch. March 1st, 2018, new patch is out. Let's go through it. So first things first, Dark Willow enabled in Captain's Mode. Really been looking forward to this one. I've had about half a dozen different strats based on Dark Willow planned. Some really stupid stuff, but requires a little bit of coordination, so we're going to have a lot of fun with that. Here's the big one. Bounty rune base gold increased from 50 to 60. And it affects the runes after the first one, so 10 more gold for every rune. But bounty rune no longer gives XP. Previously gave 0 at the start, so the first one didn't give XP anyway. And it used to be increased for 7. Now this is a really big nerf to supports, particularly roamers. I mean, early game support, we'll try and not soak up our core's XP. I play support mostly. You try not to soak up XP. If you're not harassing the offlaner a lot, then you try not to be in lane. You increase your XP by grabbing bounty runes, stuff like that, and now you can't. So I'm waiting to see how this actually plays out, because the meta has changed so much since before the bounty runes came in. It's kind of hard to judge, but I have a feeling roaming is going to be this is going to massively nerf roaming, because just not going to get levels. I struggle at roaming anyway, so I avoid it because I always end up a little under level. This is going to be a massive nerf to roaming, but I think support's going to have to spend a little bit more time in lane. And there's going to be less roaming. I think that's what's going to happen from this. Now, the Tomb of Knowledge has been increased from 500 to 700 experience. That doesn't quite balance it out team-wise, although it is going to prop up whoever's lagging behind more. But still, you can only use it on one hero, and it's like sometimes you've got like the one core checks it anyway in a pub game. It doesn't go to the support who's still level 5 at like 14 minutes. Somebody steals it. So while I like this because like those supports really need the buff, I really don't like that they took this away. Okay, so melee kick gold bounty reduced from what? Okay, so kind of a long-term farming nerf. Okay, kind of like this. Randoming now gives a fairy fire instead of a branch. So branch straight up give you 20 more HP. It gives you 1 extra damage. So the fairy fire gives you a little bit of HP boost in a pinch, but it gives you 2 extra damage. So fairy fire is way better for randoming. Bonus hero count increased from 10 to 12. I like that because I don't like the fact that they got rid of random. Random should be random. It's boring. You look at the random pool and you're like, there's Meepo. I don't want to play it. Or you see like 3 heroes that you don't really like, so you don't bother. Whereas when it was any hero, you're like, screw it. What are the odds? The odds of me getting a hero I hate? It's not going to happen. And this cooldown released from 100 to 90. That's a really nice boost. I should get this more because I spam Phoenix and it's actually a really good item on him. Loads of people just forgot it exists. It came out. A load of people did videos about how great it is, and then everybody forgot it exists. I mean, you see higher tier players pick it up more often, but it doesn't get seen that often. So this, another big nerf to support. I suppose it had to come, because the last few patches, again and again and again, we've seen buffs to supports. This is really harmful to support. You think as a core, it's half a creep rate. It's nothing. It makes no difference at all, realistically, to a core. But to a support, that's a long time, especially if you're having a rough lane and you die a couple of times in the laning phase. This is going to go back to the thing where a bad game for support means that you're not getting boots till like 15 minutes plus. Where it's going to be really rough. I mean, I like the move speed bonus, but I'd rather have a bad game and still be able to buy boots. Kind of like the phase boots, movement speed bonus. So basically, everything's getting a slight buff to move speed. Animal courier movement speed increased again. I mean, I've actually been really struggling to kill it as a flying courier recently, but I've been hit it like 5 or 6 times. I don't think that's a big deal. It's only a small change. Monkey King Bar added a sound effect for successful procs. I mean, that's nice. That's like a quality of life change. It's not obvious sometimes, especially if there's a big fight going on and you're not the guy focusing. It's nice to hear. Soul Ring cost increased from 15 to 170. I kind of like that. It's kind of getting to the point where any hero that had a semi-spammable spell will be getting a Soul Ring. So I think that was about due. It needed a slight nerf. So finally, first patch for a while to give us a decent amount of hero changes. So let's go through some of them. Abaddon, starting with Abaddon. Level 15 talent increased to 50 miscall heal damage to 60. So level 15 talent, miscall, slight buff. Level 20 talent, cooldown reduction, quite a significant buff. An extra 5% cooldown reduction is quite a big deal, especially since Abaddon's cooldowns are already quite long. So you get to this point where you can cycle them so fast, things are just never off cooldown. And I think that's why this level 25 talent's got nerfed, because you get to the point, if you take the 20% cooldown reduction, an aphotic shield, let me just, I am tempted. Let's have a look what he... Just double check what Abaddon's cooldown is initially. Aphotic shield. With the talent is 4.8. Okay. So with the talent it comes down to 4.8 seconds with a 15-second duration. It means you can have it up on... You can consistently have it up on 3 heroes, and even you've got a bit of overlap, so you can have it on a 4th hero. So it's going to be really good, that extra cooldown. In fact, does that include the patch? Because these don't always get updated straight away. It might even be more than that. 10% is 0.6. I'll do the math later. Let's not dwell for half an hour on Abaddon. Alchemist, level 20 talent increase from 25% cleave to 30. Since his nerf with the Squeeble's Greed not giving like 4 times starting gold, Alchemist has not been seen that as often. He's got a lot more unpopular. Maybe he needed a bit of a buff, but level 20 talent, I think it's going to make that big a deal. Ancient Apparition. I kind of like this. I noticed my stats on Ancient Apparition. I've got much higher win rate than I thought I did, so I was thinking of starting spamming him a bit. Nice to see an extra second coming off Ice Vortex, and I really like the level 25 challenge. Okay, so you're not going to get a level 25 that often on Ancient Apparition, but when you do, level 25 challenge changed from 4 charges of Cold Feet to 900 AoE Cold Feet. So before, you could just cycle Cold Feet on the same person and stun the same person again and again. Now you can stun a team. So it's kind of weaker in a 1v1 situation, but stronger in a team fight. So, I mean, if you stack that with like AoE abilities like Ravage or Crystal Maiden's ult to slow people, just to make sure the Cold Feet goes off, that's going to be a really powerful teamfight ability now. Whereas before, you could do it like that, but you couldn't definitely get all 5. Now you can. So you had more flexibility. So I think it's kind of overall a slight nerf, but just partly it's just an interesting change. So Anti-Mage, level 10 challenge change from 175 health plus 10 strength. Okay, plus 10 strength is actually plus 200 health. And a little bit extra HP regen. So, not a major difference, but a little bit. Talent change from -2 second blink down to 400 blink cast range. I think this is a nerf that he needed, but I think again it's it's a nerf where it sort of it takes from one place and gives to another. You're not going to have these annoying anti-mages that blink and you catch up and they blink and you catch up and they blink and you just can never catch them. You never force a fight. You can never lock them down. Even if you have things to lock them down, you can never keep them locked down. Whereas this means is when he gets out once, he completely gets out. But if you do find him, then he ain't going anywhere for a little bit longer. I mean, it's not that big a deal, but I think it's a better way to use it. Because it means if you have the ability to follow a blink, you have more chance to capitalize on that than you did before. Yeah, so I think that's a good change. So talent increase from plus 300 blink cast range to so basically they've swapped it round a bit. The minus 2. Hang on, does that mean? Okay, yeah, so they swapped the levels round. I don't think that's going to be too big a deal either way. I mean, anti-mages level relatively fast. There's so much solo split pushing. I don't think it's going to make an insane difference. Not overall. Oh, that's going to make it worse, though. The even potentially long term, you can have even more. Although I suppose it makes it more difficult to split push during the mid levels. Makes it harder for him to get level 20, which will then give you an even more broken ability to split push. Okay, so, okay, Arc Warden, level 10 talent change from plus 5 armor to 8% cooldown. Oh god, this might make Arc Warden popular again. Ice Frog spreading cancer. Level 15 talent increase from plus 2 to plus 3. Yeah, big buffs to Arc Warden. Level 20 talent increase from plus 100 attack range to plus 120. Oh man, he's going to be so annoying to play against now. Change from plus 10% cooldown reduction to minus 1.5 seconds spark wraith cooldown. So level 20 change from an across the board cooldown to only the spark wraith. So that's a bit of a nerf, but still, I think most of this is buffs. So yeah, I don't like this. I think we're going to see Arc Warden played more, and I hate that hero. Axe, level 15 talent increase from plus 30 to plus 40. I don't think that's that big a deal anyway. It only is when you blinks off cooldown, and let's face it, as an axe, normally you're going to want to blink in and then them all be dead before you need the move speed. It might make a small difference in some cases, but I don't think it's going to be that big a deal. Bloodseeker's Blood Rage now heals you for 50% of its value. So it's a 40% heal, so it would be a 20% heal. Okay. If you do not get the last hit, but are within a 300 AoE of a dying hero. Okay, that's really good for a Bloodseeker. That's a massive buff. Because there's so many cases where you dive in as a Bloodseeker. Hang on, does that mean Blood Rage now has to be cast on that hero for the AoE to work like that? Does it count? I might have to go through a game and try that. But as a Bloodseeker, sometimes if it's a really important target that you kill them maybe during a stun or a silence, like a Phoenix, or a Quap, or any of it, or a Stormsweep, something that you have to kill during the silence. But your team is going to be diving on this guy and trying to kill him as fast as possible. And if you're like down to the wire, only on like 100 health, you're reliant on that last hit to keep you alive because his team tries to follow up. So that is actually a massive, massive change to Bloodseeker. A massive buff, because if somebody accidentally steals that kill because it's just a really chaotic fight, and you're nearly dead trying to get the kill, then you're not going to die afterwards now. That's really powerful. Minor buff to Centaur. Again, he's not that popular. I can't remember the last time I saw Centaur in the game. I wish they'd buff him a little bit more. It'd be nice to see him come back as an offlaner again. Blink Strafe projectile dodge count increased from 3 to 4. Yeah, no, but gonna make Clinks more cancerous. But level 15 talent increase from 15% evasion to 20. Oh god. This is the cancer patch. This is the fuck supports patch. I mean, it's bad enough you do this shit, but you're gonna buff a Clinks whose like goal in life is to find and kill supports. It's just evil. If every support does not get a massive buff, I'm gonna be so sad now. Maiden, level 10 talent increase 200 health to 250. Well, she needs it. Now she's got a Clinks following her around that's had a buff. Level 15 in talent increase from 90 gold a minute to 120. Okay, that's nice. I mean, Maiden's going to be super poor. I mean, she's going to be getting extra gold from these bounty runes, but going to save for those tomes now. Going to make sure you got money for those tomes, because you're going to be totally screwed over for XP. Darkseer level 20 talent increase from plus 300 AoE surge to plus 400. Okay, that's really good. That's really good. No more having to huddle together for the AoE surge. Dazzle base movement speed increased. That's kind of good. I mean, Dazzle's a really nice hero to harass with anyway, so that's a really big buff to Dazzle's laning phase. Doesn't sound it, only being 5 movement speed, but that gives you, that's quite a decent advantage against quite a lot of heroes. And then a massive buff to his level 20 talent, an extra 15 DPS on poison touch. That's pretty good. So Doom base intelligence increased by 2. Nah, Doom doesn't. He still feels dumb. He still feels like he's big and dumb. Level 10 talent change from plus 25 movement speed to plus 16% scorched earth movement speed. So less base movement speed, but more during the ability. I think that's a nice interaction. It kind of means it's kind of hard to exactly pin down the way that changes things, but it means in a fight he's going to be positioned better. He's going to be harder to catch when you're chasing him. I mean, much harder to pick up a kill on a Doom. It's going to take him longer to get from place to place, which would slow down his farming. Or he might be late to a fight. Okay, fair enough. Agility gain, Dragon Knight. Agility gain reduced from 2.2 to 2. Because that's effectively going to nerf his armor, which, I mean, I don't think that's going to make too much of a difference with a Dragon Knight. He's going to have plate mail. He's going to have maybe crimson. He's going to have so much armor anyway. It's going to make maybe 1, maybe 2% difference to his physical damage reduction. I don't think it's going to be the be all and end all. I'm sure it's definitely going to be noticeable in fights. In point 2, so 10 levels is 2 agility, 20 levels is 4. It's probably going to make 1 armor point difference by the time you're level 25. Sometimes. It's not that big a deal. And level 7 talent change from plus 30 attack speed to minus 20% breathe fire damage reduction. Okay. So maybe that's kind of, they want to reduce your armor a bit because you're reducing everybody's damage so much. I kind of like that. Because if you're trying to play a tanky Dragon Knight rather than a right-click Dragon Knight, which you should usually be tanky Dragon Knight, right? You run interference for like an anti-mage or somebody. At level 10, an extra 20% damage reduction is really powerful, especially if you're playing like Dragon Knight mid. There's going to be so many heroes now who even with items can just do nothing to you. The Drow Ranger level 15 talent increase from plus 400 gust distance, knockback to plus 550. That's a nice change, certainly. I don't think it's going to be the be all and end all, because generally people try and play around Drow's Gust. Talent increase plus 2 second gust duration to plus 3. That's a really strong change. Especially if you're playing against something like a Quark or a Storm Spirit, something like that. Ember Spirit Sleight of Fist bonus hero damage increased from. I mean, that's not an insane buff, but that's a nice buff. An extra 20 damage at level 4. An extra 5 damage. But we might see Ember Spirit start start eking back into games now. I don't think it's going to be a massive. I kind of like this patch so far. It's like lots of small tweaks to balance changes, which is usually the best way to go. Enchantress, I don't think she needed a nerf. Mana cost increase from 125 to 140. I don't think she needed that. I think it's going to make too big a difference. Gyrocopter, increased visual effect for flat cannon projectiles. So improved visual effect. Okay, that's good. Because you can barely see flat cannon. I mean, I have a good monitor. I have a 24-inch monitor. I have a good graphics card, and I can barely see it. Like, if you're on some old trash PC, you're never going to see it. Homing missile bounty increase from 25 to 50. That's good. Because, I mean, the damn thing moves fast. It's hard to kill it unless you work together. But it's nice to see it be earning. I mean, most of the items in the game that you can farm that are awkward to farm, like Undying's totem, is they've been starting to change those items so that if you do commit to farm, like, it's not a matter of drop the totem, run away anymore. It's like, oh, it might be a good idea to sit and farm this. I like those changes because they mean that when a totem is dropped, you don't just run, you think about it. Those changes are good. Same with this. It's going to encourage people to maybe try and focus on hitting it more. Homing missile cooldown increased. Quite a big nerf to Gyro. Again, not seeing him that popular. I don't see him in that many games anymore. Oh, buff to Invoker. Excellent. Plus 0.2 second tornado lift. Talent from 1.5 second cold snap duration to 2.5 seconds cold snap duration. That's pretty powerful. Oh god, Cataclysm Sunstrike spawn distance is now slightly closer to each target by about 30 units. That's quite a significant buff to Invoker overall. I mean, might be nice to start seeing Invoker coming back in. I mean, I really like the hero. I don't play him very often, but I really like the hero. It'd be nice to see him coming back in. I really like playing against him because I play heroes like Treant Protector. They've got a huge amount of health, even for support. But Treant Protector, like, you can do things like, when you get late game, you've got all the camps wooded. You're like, oh, Invoker's still killing us. We can't go high ground. I know, I'll buy a heart and a blade mail, and when he drops his meatball to clear the creep wave, you just walk in it with your blade mail on and kill him from full health. It's so satisfying. It really is. IO tether duration. Oh, that's nice. It's about time. I want to see IO. Ever since they made like Portal IO, like we saw him a bit, but then people just stopped playing him because like Dota requires teamwork and people are assholes. But okay, so I like that. Nice change. So level 10 talent increase from 25% to 30% extra XP. I still don't think that's groundbreaking. On any hero, 30% XP. I mean, if you're playing as a core, you get that fast and you spend some time split pushing. 30% is a lot if you're spending the time split pushing. But if you're not spending the time farming and split pushing to get lots of XP, it's like 30% of not much XP is still not much XP. So level 15 talent increased from 250 attack range to 300. I mean, both these are nice. I mean, don't get me wrong. That's kind of... I mean, I like those changes. I mean, Jakiro needed a buff. I mean, he already plays with 7 seconds of lag. It's ridiculous. But longest cast times in the game. I mean, Treant Protector has faster casts than Jakiro does. The Treant Protector, whose whole thing is he's as slow as the forest. Punker Tidebringer damage, ink. Oh no. No, we're going to see more of the bullshit that crit you to death crap. We're going to have Mid-Kunker Cancer coming back, guys. Mid-Kunker. It's at least they haven't buffed the level 1 at all. So like, you have until level 3 till he gets more rapey. This ability is so annoying to play against. Even as a ranged hero, it's got deceptively large range. The electric lighting storm mana cost rescaled. So it's cheaper early on. That's going to be a really good thing for Lesh, especially support Lesh. Blues are too poor to spam. That's going to be really good. Hopefully we see Lesh again. Lesh is another really cool hero you don't see very often anymore. Lich level 25 talent from attack supply 30%, movement slow, and attack speed slow to 40%. Okay, that's really good. Not that you get level 25 on Lich very often, but that's really good. Lina level... bonus cast range on Lina. Never going to complain about that. Level 10 talent increase from 25 damage. You don't need that. Lina's no core. You cast spells. That's your job. I have played right-click Lina. Get into a game. Your team pick 5 supports. What else are you going to do? Right-click Lina. Yes, it does happen. People pick 5 supports in Dota. It has happened to me once in 3,500 games, but it does happen. Level 15 talent increase from 300 health to 350. She can be a bit squishy, so not going to complain about that. Level 20 talent increase from 10% spell amp to 12%. Little side note on Lina. The Ags sounds like it gives you more damage because it converts it to pure damage, which effectively negates the like 30%-ish magic resistance most heroes have got. So it feels like 30% extra damage, yeah? Well, with Lina, if you can stack. If you don't make it pure damage, you can stack the damage amplification from E-Blade, Veil, Decrepify. There are loads of different sources of magic-based damage, like Rubik's, Nullfield, Elder Time. You can stack them. So if you actually play in a lineup that has things that give you magic damage amp, it's actually super powerful to just skip Ags on Lina and go for one of the other items for more damage that give you other really useful effects as well. So, stack damage amp. Trust me, try it. It's broken. Lion, mana drain slow, increased. Okay, that's not going to complain about that. I used to hate playing Lion before the mana drain slows. Like you'd pop it and people would just like walk off. You drain like 10 mana, and then it'd be on cooldown. Point. Level 25 talent increase from plus 75. Okay, I don't like that. It's like I never take the damage talent on Lion anyway. It's not like you're going to spend forever right clicking people. Level 15 talent increase from... Oh, that's nice. I quite often play support Lion, and now I'm not going to be super poor anymore. Lone Druid Spirit health regeneration increased from 4, 5, 6, 7 to 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, that's quite a decent buff to Lone Druid. Mostly going to be a buff to farming. Like the regen slowly over time will counteract the damage from the creeps. Not going to be a big difference in fights and stuff like that. But level 15 talent increase from minus 8 seconds Savage Roar cooldown to minus 12. That's pretty good. That's quite a decent buff. I don't really play Lone Druid too much, so I don't care about that. I'm sure some of you guys will play Lone Druid. Luna level 15 talent from my... Oh, that's powerful. I mean, Lucian's not exactly got a long cooldown. An extra second off the cooldown is really powerful. And plus it mini stuns, so it's something that helps you catch up and interrupt abilities. That's really powerful. Lycan base damage reduced by 3. Yes! Yes! Fine. Hate Lycan. Hate him so much. That's going to make it super hard to farm with him in the early game, which is then going to make him be shit late game because he never managed to get any decent farm. Magnus base strength increased by 1 since he's a strength hero. That's 1 extra damage as well and 20 HP. Tiny amount of status resistance, but that's a small buff. Magnus level 25 talent increased from 0.75 seconds RP to 1 second, so his late game team fight has been buffed. That's a good buff. I remember the last time I saw a Magnus in one of my games. Maybe people will play him. I think it's kind of... He doesn't fit into a lot of lineups because you've got There's loads of better mid heroes. There's loads of better off lane heroes. He doesn't support really well. Actually, I might try that. Actually, support Magnus. Why not? Just skewer people under my tower. It doesn't matter if I take lots of damage doing it or I waste all my time. It does matter. It does matter. Okay, start Mirana. Starfall mana cost from 110, 120, 140, 160. Okay. So dramatically reduced early game mana cost. That's a big buff to Mirana. Early game, that's quite a decent cost reduction. Mirana level 25 talent increase from minus 70 second Moonlight Shadow to minus 80. It's like, is it ever going to be on cooldown? It shouldn't be. Although in everybody's pub games, we know this isn't going to make any difference. It's going to be like the Miranas who wander around and like, oh guys, I need to buy a smoke because we don't have a way to initiate a fight. Oh, Monkey King's coming back, guys. Look, Monkey King base damage increased by 2. This is going to make it much easier to farm with him. We're going to see core Monkey King return as a thing. Fixed Mischief not showing particles per first bounty rune. As if sitting on their bounty rune is gonna fool people. I mean, everybody shows up like a couple of seconds before, right? You don't wait until it's spawned and then show up because there'll be somebody waiting on it to take it. Fixed level 10 talent increase from 150. Tree Dance Vision AoE to 300. That's quite big, actually. That's quite a big buff. Level 15 talent increase from plus 300 Tree Dance cast range. Is this like the tree patch or what? This plus 600. Oh, that's actually massive. Because the Tree Dance cast range, you think about Monkey King's initiation range is from floor to tree and then tree to pounce. So that actually is a huge increase to his initiation range. So level 20 talent increase from 300 primal spring damage to 400. That doesn't sound like that much. I don't think that's that big a deal. I mean, late game, 100 extra damage isn't a big deal. I mean, if you rush primal spring, it actually kind of helps you nuke camps. But that's something that would only really matter too much early game. But level 20 plus, an extra 100 damage isn't that big a deal. I'm not going to complain, but I don't think it's going to be groundbreaking. But these two, pretty big deal in terms of helping Monkey King's mobility. So that's going to be a buff if you're going to play like ganking and roaming. This is going to be a big buff to early game to any farming role. So maybe we'll see Monkey King come back. I'm sure there's a lot of people looking forward to that. Morph can now be toggled to go back and forth from the original target until the duration runs out. As a 1 second toggle cooldown. Okay, that's quite cool. Oh my god, that's going to mean... So you can become a hero, cast all their spells, turn into Morphling, cast all Morphling spells, turn back to the hero, cast all the... If you get heroes with really low spell cooldowns, like Zeus, you can effectively just cycle between Zeus's spells, Morph spells, Zeus's spells, Morph spells, because they're all fairly low cooldown. That's pretty powerful. I think that's one of those things that's... It's not going to make much difference to low tier players, but the really high tier players who know how to pick their targets well and know how to really use it, that's going to be a massive, massive improvement. Naga Siren sleep buff linger time reduced. Okay. Song of the Siren mana cost increased from 100 to... Oh, that's a pity. I like Naga Siren. I don't play her, but it's nice to see her in games now and then. Nature's Prophet Rapid Nature cooldown reduced to a flat 60 seconds. But, oh, we're going to see more Nature's Prophet. Are they trying to keep Alliance happy now? Level 10 talent increase from plus 30 to plus 40 move speed. That's going to make it harder to catch him. I mean, level 15 talent increase from plus 8 armor. Yeah, it's going to be so much harder now to catch a Nature's Prophet solo. I mean, Nature's Prophet's a pain. You've either got to send your position 1 back, which means you've got an uneven fight, or you send 2 supports back to even have a chance of killing this guy. He's going to be so much harder to catch now. Necrophos level 15 talent change from plus 30 movement speed to plus Ghost Shroud slow. Okay, so instead of giving you bonus movement speed, you slow the enemy more, so you have a harder time catching up, but when you do slow someone, your whole team has an easier time catching up. Not sure whether that's a nerf or a buff, kind of depends on the situation. Level 15 talent change from plus 300 health to 40 death pulse heal. This is going to be super annoying. I mean, we've all had those moments where there's a Necrophos, you jump on him, he's down to like 50 health, and he Guardian Greaves. He Crimson Guards, and probably not Crimson Guards, but he pops loads of shit that just heals him and makes him immune. And it's super annoying that you can chase a Necrophos forever, and him be nearly dead forever, and he just keeps healing and healing and healing. That's going to make this so much more annoying. Ogre Magi level 20 talent increase from plus 30 strength to plus 40. I really like that, because I normally like taking the plus 30 strength talent on Ogre Magi. I mean, when you start off with Ogre Magi, you feel really tanky, but as the game goes on, and you get out farmed, because you're a support, it happens, you start to feel not tanky anymore. Taking this makes you feel tanky again, because you've got all that extra health. I mean, an extra 10 strength is an extra 200 health. Also some extra health regen. I'm not going to complain about that. I mean, I normally buy it anyway. It's like, this talent is now 800 extra health. That's a lot of health. Especially since there's no Ogre Magi, you have low cooldowns. The chances are you survive an extra couple of seconds, you're stunning somebody again, and you're slowing somebody again. That's actually a really big buff. Omni Knight Purification cooldown increase. Oh, thank God. Maybe the off-lane Omni Knights will now stop. Please. Please. Hate core Omni Knight. I find it so irritating. Oracle turn rate improvement. Okay. Oracle intelligence growth increased from 2.9 to 3.2. So late game you're going to have a better mana pool. You're going to have slightly more damage, more mana regen. So Oracle's going to have less mana problems. Don't think the turn rate's going to be a massive difference. I suppose in those moments in the fight, he does seem a bit slow. But I don't think it's going to be that big a deal. So OD, Astral Imprisonment mana cost increased to extra 20 mana at all levels, and 50 extra health is level 10 talent. Again, I don't think this is groundbreaking, but if you're an OD spammer, I'm sure it's not. I'm sure this is nice. This is a minor irritation, but isn't gonna drastically change your game. Thinking about it, extra 20 mana. I'm sure you'll be fine. Cycling Dagger talent now has a 300 cast range buffer for the secondary target. 300 cast range buffer. Does that mean they have to be within 300 cast range? Or they can't, or they have to be outside? I think that means they have to be within 300 cast range. I'm not sure what it was before, whether it just picked the nearest enemy in vision. Don't play PA. Phantom Lancer level 25 talent increased from minus 5 second doppelganger cooldown to minus 7. Might see some more Phantom Lancers come back now then, because this is going to make him much harder to keep track of when he's split pushing. Now we come to the important ones. The Firebirdie ones. Level 15 challenge change from 40% XP gain to 500 health. This is actually quite good now. I mean, At level 15, I almost always was taking the Fire Spirits talent, because with the Fire Spirit talent, if you know how to play Phoenix, you can take a large camp and 2 medium camps within about 12 seconds. So you take the Fire Spirit talent, it gives you a bonus gold because of the drastically increased farming speed. It gives you extra XP because of the drastically increased farming speed. So even when they buffed this, I was like, well, I might get a bit more XP than before, but it takes me too long, and it doesn't help in fights. Whereas the extra damage, I get most of that XP from just killing creeps faster, and it's really powerful in fights. I mean, spreading out 4 Fire Spirits on someone when you're 1v1 is an insane amount of damage. So level 20 talent increase from 1 second supernova stun duration to 1.25. This is actually really powerful. I mean, you think, by the time a Phoenix hits level 20, your cores are probably got super high attack speed. And that's at least an extra hit late game of cores that hit him for like 500-600 damage. Doesn't sound like a lot, but it's a big deal. Rot slow reduced. Yes! Pudge has been nerfed. This is in preparation for his Arcana coming out, trying to discourage people playing him, because that Pudge is going to hit like a 70% pick rate every game. Razor static link mana cost increase. Good. I've been playing a lot of games recently where I've been getting razors and finding them super irritating. Please go away. No more spamming static links, thank you very much. Ricky level 15 talent increase from minus 5 second smoke screen cooldown to -7. This is a buff to Ricky's who, rather than just running in and trying to right click people, just try and interrupt fights. I actually don't see Ricky that often anymore, so I don't think that's going to make a massive difference, but maybe maybe the cancer will return. I really thought he'd become super popular in pubs after his level 25 talent made him permanently invisible. You know the tier where people think invisibility means invincibility? I thought he'd be super common there. So, Shadow Demon level 10 talent increased from 25% XP. That's pretty good. It's not going to make me play Shadow Demon, but that's pretty good. Extra 5% XP. Shadow Demon level 25 talent change from plus 5% disruption banish duration to 2 charges. Okay, that's quite nice. That's quite nice. Gives you more flexibility on it. So instead of the increased duration, you could cast it on one person then again, or you could cast it on 2 people. So that's nice. I noticed there's a lot more spells in Dota over the past couple of years that are getting charges instead of direct buffs. They just give charges. Shadow range damage increase per stack reduced from 80 to 50, 60, 70, 80. Thank God. Seraphine has really been annoying me recently. I've been getting been having problems with this hero being really powerful recently. Thank you, Icefrog, for this nerf. So late game, it's not going to be that big a deal because it's the same once it's maxed, but much less early on. So mid Shadow Fiend is going to struggle a little bit more. But mid game, not going to be too much of it. You might find that Shadow Fiends need a couple of early rotations to help them get there, but after that, not going to make any difference. Skyrash Maze level 15 talent increase from -6 seconds to -8. On the cooldown of Ancient Seal. I don't think that's going to make people spamming. It is nice, but it's not going to make people spamming. That's the thing. I think that's the theme with most of this patch. It's like it's going to make the people who spam that hero happy, but it's not going to force people to play that hero. Okay, Slardar level 10 talent increase from +20 to 25 damage. Mostly going to affect core Slardars, and usually at the moment he's played as a support. So I don't think that's going to make a big difference. Slark level 10 talent increase from +8 strength to +10. That's actually quite a bit for a Slark. I mean, you think about Slark's goal is to be slippery, yeah? So he wants to run in, get out with just a hair of health, and regen up and come back in. That hair of health, he's now getting an extra 40 health. So he's got a bit more of a buffer zone when he's trying to escape with a hair of health. So not a massive buff by any means, but I think we're going to see Slark's win rate climb a little. Ooh, Spectre's a big late game buff to Spectre. I think that's nice because I've seen a lot of the really high tier guys comment recently that Spectre struggles a bit more late game against a lot of lineups. Even though she's really good at farming, she just doesn't scale as well. The fact that her illusions are now going to do way more damage kind of makes her scale much better in fights. You pop that ult, everybody takes massive damage. What? Sven's level 15 talent change from plus 30 damage to Stormhammer dispels enemy. So dispels move speed buffs, dispels bonus armor. Okay, I don't think that's an insane change as a Sven. I think I'd rather have the damage. I think that's one of those ones that in certain situations it's going to be really, really good, but in most situations you just want the damage. Level 20 talent change from Stormhammer dispels enemies to minus 5 seconds Stormhammer cooldown. Okay, so that's just moved earlier, and we get a... Okay, that gives Sven a lot more flexibility, actually. I would prefer to have the flexibility, the ability to spam, than the ability to, than 30 extra damage. I mean, Sven can farm really fast. There's loads of different ways to get 30 extra damage. There aren't any practical ways on Sven to have a super low cooldown AoE stun at level 20, which is like 25-30 minutes in for a Sven, depending on your MMR, obviously. So level 25 talent change from minus 9 seconds Stormhammer cooldown to plus 0.7 seconds Stormhammer stun duration. Stormhammer, massive buff to Stormhammer. That's interesting. So we're losing some damage on Sven, but he can just stun people again and again and again. Okay. Oh. Terrorblade base HP regen reduced from 3.25 to 3. Not a massive difference. I think he's still going to be annoying to lane against. Reflection no longer reduces attack speed. Okay. That's quite a decent nerf to Terrorblade. It's going to make him... Kind of depends. I mean, if it's like Terrorblade versus CM, no difference at all. I mean, CM does not like to right click. It'd be like Terrorblade versus Anti-Mage. That's going to be quite a big difference. Tinker. Oh, yes, the Tinker nerfs. Laser Scepter bonus radius reduced from 650 to 400. I've actually seen a lot of. I think the last couple of Tinker games I played had Ags, and having this, I mean, the Ags on Tinker is such a nerf to enemy carriers. Because like you don't need to laser a core anymore. You just laser anyone in his team, and just everyone gets blinded. But that's he needed that nerf. Now laser mana cost increased from 95 blah blah 120, 145, 170, 110, 130. So early game mana increase. So Tinker's getting an early game nerf as well. So late game nerf, early game nerf. Level 20 talent from a plus 100 damage to plus 10 armor. I don't think that's actually quite. I think that's a big bonus for Tinker, because he doesn't care about right click damage. He doesn't care at all. But extra armor means he survives longer when he's trying to do like those risky TPs out. Tiny tree grab cooldown. Oh, poor Tiny. So same duration when it's maxed, longer generate. Okay, so it's a nerf to Tiny's early laning. That's reasonable. Can protect a level 10 talent change from plus 35 to plus 2 living armor block instances. See, I like this. I mean, living armor always feels a bit weak. One of the problems I've always found with Treant is if you rush Leech Seed, maxing Leech Seed is really powerful early. Maxing living armor is really powerful early. But neither spell is particularly useful with just one level. But there's not enough instances of damage. It doesn't block enough damage on living armor at only level 1. But I always prefer to go for Leech Seed because the trading is much better with Leech Seed. Whereas living armor has this global presence. Right, level 15 tree talent improved from 3-second tree respawn time to 2 second. Oh, I played one game ever where this would have mattered. I was playing a game with a Nature's Prophet. There were just no trees left to hide in for when I wanted to like hang out near him for a push. There was not one game I've ever played in where it mattered. So level 25 talent change from plus 6 living armor block instances to 700 living AoE living. Okay, that's powerful. That's really powerful. One of the problems with Treant a lot of the time is if you're spamming, your towers have been damaged, you're spamming living armor, you don't have it ready for a fight. Sometimes the damage block in a fight can make the difference. This means everyone's going to get it. So it's going to negate damage ticks from like I don't know, Macropire or Supernova or team wide. That's going to actually be quite a significant damage block. But you can use it to push creeps. But you put it on a creep where across the map, and you put it on a creep. It living armors the whole creep wave, and then the whole creep wave becomes super tanky pushing a tower, even if you're not there. The Troll Warlord level 10 talent increase from plus 200 health to 250. Okay, that's reasonable. Level 15 talent increase from plus 50 will and axe damage to plus 75. Okay, nice. Small nerfs to Troll. I don't think it's going to make him like become the most popular hero ever, but maybe we'll see a bit more of Troll now. Undying level 10 talent increase from plus 100 cast range to plus 150. Oh, God, no. God, no, we're going to see more Undyings now. I'm so glad that he's become unpopular. Level 15 talent from extra decay, an extra 10 seconds decay duration. Level 20 talent increase from 3 tombstone attacks to 4. I don't think that's going to matter. But that late game, people have got enough attack speed that it really doesn't matter. Either the tombstone's in a good enough position that people can't attack it, or it dies quickly anyway if you can't lock them down. Ursa Fury Spectre's Roshan duration increased from 6 to 10, so Ursa just got a buff taking Rosh. Okay. Don't feed the bear. Venomancer level 15 talent increase from 150 to 200. Oh, does this mean the cancer's going to be back? Level 20 increase from 6 poison over duration to 7 seconds. That's actually quite powerful. That's really good. Level 25 increase from 600 AoE to 800. Okay, we might see the return of Core Venomancer now. Maybe. I'm not sure if it's quite enough because his early game's still not going to be any better, but that's quite a good buff to a Core Venomancer. Visage Soul Assumption talent now has 300 cast range buffer for the secondary targets. Okay, that's nice. Visage added secondary ability on Visage to make the nearest familiar land each time it is clicked. Oh, that's going to make microing him easier. I might actually be able to play Visage now. So you don't actually have to you won't actually have to directly select the familiars. You can use unified unit orders and then just tap the button, tap the button, tap the button. That makes him so much easier to micro. I'd say I wouldn't even count him as a micro hero anymore. Not properly. That makes him so much easier to play. The Warlock level 10 talent increase from 125 to 50. Level 15 from 40% to 60%. I thought it's quite late though. It's not going to make that much of a difference. Level 20 from 250 Shadow Word AoE to 300. Well, don't underestimate, that is really powerful. So Weaver level 10 talent increase from plus 25% XP gain to plus 35. An early XP gain boost like that is really powerful. Really powerful. That's a lot of extra XP. We might see Weaver come back into more play now. Wind Ranger, yes. Wind Ranger Shackle Shot mana cost reduced from 90, 100, 110, 120 to 70, 85, 100, 115. That's a big buff to early game Wind Ranger. That's a big buff. Maybe not that massive, but more spamming of Shackle Shot. Level 20 talent increase from 0.5 seconds Shackle Shot duration to 1 second. That's a really powerful Shackle Shot. Really powerful. Maybe Wind Ranger will become a bit more popular. I've seen her occasionally still. Yeah, Winter Wyvern Arctic Burn. Mana cost reduced. Oh, good. That was... I mean, Winter Wyvern's not popular, it is. She's not that great. She needed a buff. Level 10 talent increase from 50 damage to 60. That's the core Winter Wyvern buff. Nobody plays her as a core. Nobody's going to care. Wraith King level 15 talent change from plus 5 max skeletons to plus 25 skeletons attack damage. So less skeletons, but they hit harder. Don't think it's going to matter too much. Level 20 talents. Weaker skeletons, but double skeleton spawns. Okay, so they just swapped it around a little. They're not going to make a massive difference. Zeus, level 25, increase from plus 200 cast range to plus 275. Okay, that range. I don't think it's going to make that much of a difference. Next, at that point, if you want one, you've already got an Aether Lens. Excuse me. 1 AM here. I think at this point with Zeus, either you're killing people in fights and they're too busy running away from you, I don't think it's going to make that much of a difference. Or you're so far behind you're getting shit on, and I still don't think it's going to... I mean, never argue about range on a spellcaster, but it's always good. I don't think it's going to make that much of a difference. But okay, I think we're done there. Thank you for watching, guys. Hope this is useful. Bye bye.